What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Eternal Fruit Podcast, your favorite podcast. We are your hosts, Alex and
Adriana.
And we're back with another stubborn topic.
What a...
Nah, just kidding.
That was last episode, right?
Nah, you're right. But this one's a little touchy too, I think.
Yes.
You know, because I feel like some people get it confused.
How?
You know, all that manifestation stuff.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
You're definitely right.
You know, so I don't know. I mean, what's your take on that?
Manifestation?
Yeah.
It's real. No. I feel like it's low-key, not low-key, high-key demonic. Because, like I said last episode, the devil definitely studies you and he knows how to make you, like, fall. And like believe things that may not be biblical. And I feel like manifesting isn't real because even in the Bible it says like be careful what you say out loud.
True.
Because, you know, like the devil can definitely hear you and that's how he can attack you as well as confuse you into making you think it's something God wants when in reality it's not like that. And I feel like that's what manifestation is. It's like something that, I'm not saying it's always this, but like my take on this is definitely that manifestation is demonic and that it's, if you believe in God, it's about praying and discerning whether that's something God wants for you and not just like, oh, it came to me, so it must be.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking right now too. Like some people like to manifest stuff that isn't even aligned with God's purpose over your life, you know, but because it brings like instant joy, they're just like, oh, like thank God, and like, but then God's like, what do you, I didn't give that to you, you know, and then that brings destruction.
Yeah.
You know, so, but that's not to take away from the power that the tongue carries.
100%.
You know, to bring the Bible says life or death, and I think that's something to take very serious. You know, especially being someone who in the past has spoken a lot of like negativity. Like I've been, I mean, we all tend to lose certain battles, right? So with me, the biggest struggle was like not discerning. Well, no, I don't want to say not discerning, but like falling into the like negative thinking, and because at the end of the day, like whatever you allow yourself to think, like that's how your life is gonna go, right? So I would allow the excuse me, the negative thoughts like consume my life, and therefore I would just be stuck in that cycle of negativity, you know, and then I would just say like, bro, like my life sucks, or I'm never gonna, or who am I to be good at this, you know? And then it would never show. It would just stay at that. Like I wouldn't grow, I wouldn't get better, and it's just because I was like speaking that over my life.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's because words definitely have a big impact. And like you said in Proverbs 18:21, it says, the tongue can bring death or life. Those who love to talk will reap the consequences. And it's like everything else. If you have a good heart, you will have like good fruit. And if you have a bad heart, you will have bad fruit. So it goes with the tongue too. Like if you're talking blessings, you're obviously going to reap blessings. But if you're cursing, you're going to reap curses. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because I think there's another one where it says, it basically talks about how your words are seeds, you know? So pretty much whatever you say, you're planting into your life. And like based on that, like, I don't know, you just grow them, you know? So if you're speaking like bad things over your life, like I said, when you don't feel like you're enough, and then you're just telling yourself like, oh well, I'm not worth it, or like I'm not the best option, or why me if I'm not good enough, and then that's what it's gonna be, because then because once you think that and then you start saying that, then you're not gonna get, like, you're not gonna do anything about trying, like, not being good. You know what I mean? Like,
No, explain.
so, I feel like I had it, but then it didn't come out. Like, if you're thinking I'm not good enough to do this,
Okay.
then you're not even gonna attempt to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not even gonna
You
make.
hinder yourself.
Yeah, there you go. You're not gonna make effort to get out of that bubble and then show yourself, you know what? Yeah, I can do it.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of times too, like your jokes, not your jokes, but I'm saying
No.
in
Yeah,
general.
my jokes.
No, my jokes too, bro. I have dark humor, but I've learned. I feel like it's not as bad as it used to be, and I've learned to like chill. But with this, I definitely got convicted because I was like, man, like my jokes, like even though I think they're jokes, I'm still speaking that out.
Yeah.
And like something else that came to mind was when Jesus like cursed the fig tree, and in the Bible that's the only thing Jesus ever cursed was the fig tree. And I was thinking of like, man, like everybody just focuses on like, because after that it says like if you have faith you can move mountains, and everybody just focuses on like, oh, I can move mountains, but no one ever focuses on Jesus cursing the fig. So if we have the same power that rose Jesus from the dead, and he was able to curse a tree, and he tells us that we can move mountains, we should definitely be careful with what we curse, because that same power that's in us, we can affect whatever we curse. And I also learned that the reason he cursed the fig tree was because it was like out of season, and it had leaves. So it showed as if it was going to give fruit, but really, like, it didn't give any fruit. And that's why he cursed it, because you're pretending to be something fruitful when you're not. And that goes with, like, Christian lifestyle, where, like, I can look like a good person. I go to church every Sunday. I go to church Wednesday. I serve. I do all these things. But am I feeding my soul when I'm by myself? Am I being fruitful to where I'm planting seeds in other people about God? Because he calls us to share his gospel. And if I'm constantly in the same like circle, same group of friends, how am I going to be able to, preach about God?
Yeah, like if you're not meeting new people to preach to, or
it's not even meeting. It's like if I'm
like if
going
you're just
somewhere,
comfortable and, like, I don't know, being here, being at work, and then being at church, and that's it.
Yeah, that's not what God calls us to do. Like I said this a while ago, back when my grandpa was still alive. He had cancer, and we went to one of his appointments, and there was a lady that was crying, and God was like, go pray for her. And I was like, nah, and I ran the other way, right?
No thanks.
Yeah, but through this, he convicted me again and was like, bro, like you, if I'm calling you to do it, like, you should, because I'm with you. Like, don't listen to the fear, don't listen to the anxiety, and like speak those words that I've called you to speak.
Yeah, it's like first you gotta speak them to yourself. Like, you know what? I can be used for God to bring whatever the lady needs from God. Because you probably thought like, nah, not me. Like who am I, right?
Well, it was mainly just like rejection. I was like, no, like, what if she doesn't want me to pray for her?
Yeah, I can see that.
I'd rather just not. And it was like in front of other people, and I was like, I don't want people to think like, well, what are they doing? Like, oh my gosh, she's really doing that here. Like, you know what I mean?
So it was more like a, like, I don't want to say embarrassment, but
Yeah.
like an like you're.
Yeah, I was embarrassed.
You're in
and
fear
shy.
of being
shy.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I've been there too, but then when you do it, it's rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but yeah, that's what I think. Like I said on 2 episodes ago, how you need to take life and like kind of not steer life, but don't let life just
Mm-hmm.
like do you and just ride with you. Like you need to make sure you're living your life like the way that you want to. If that
Yeah.
makes sense, you
Yeah.
know. So
Like take control of your
yeah,
life.
take control of your life and kind of steer it the way you want it to go. But at the same time, you got to keep God at center because that's the only way you'll be able to fulfill the purpose He has for your life. You know, and start speaking like His word over your life. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the best way to start seeing that fruit in your life. You know, start seeing His hand move over your life when you speak what His word says over your problems, over your anxiety, over your anger, or anything you're struggling with. Like it's in the Bible, bro, and
Mm-hmm.
just speak that over your life. And actually, like going back to the moving mountains, like it's more than, I know it says if you believe, like it's more than
Yeah, if you
just,
have faith.
yeah, it's more than just having the faith like in you. Like I can just think like and say like, oh no, I have faith that, I don't know, I don't know, whatever, fill in the blank. But it's another thing putting action behind it. You know, I think that's more faithful than just believing it in here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think your faith shows more through your actions than
Yeah.
just thinking it or telling someone, "Yeah, bro, I have faith in God and He's done this." Like that's what it says. The lazy, like poverty will strike.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but the hardworking, like I forgot what it says at the end. I'm gonna be honest, and
No,
I
but
just
it
read it a couple
goes.
days ago.
No, it goes back to like how, like I said, Jesus is gonna judge us for our fruits, and if we do everything from the outside or like outside, and we don't
Hmm.
do anything to actually like feed our fruits or to produce those fruits, then He's gonna reject us.
Yeah.
And also, it says how like every word that we say, He's gonna like repeat it to us, and like He's gonna decide whether it was good or not. So it just
Oof.
shows how words bring fruit or they bring destruction, like it literally says here.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, so no more dark humor, Alex. For
It's
both of
tough,
us.
bro. It's
For
tough,
both of
man.
us.
Like
No, I agree.
especially like with social media
Oh
and
yeah, definitely.
you know, I get a lot of stuff sent to me that's pretty dark, you know, and I'm not gonna throw anybody under the bus, but
Hey, hey, hey,
no, no, no.
hey,
But it's hard, bro, and then you just like you read comments and then you just wanna add to it, you know. It's like adding fuel to the fire, right?
yeah.
When I know I should like, there's some things where I don't really like.
Find it funny.
Um, oh no, it's funny, but I don't make a comment or I don't react to it
Yeah.
just because to me that's helping me stay away from falling into that,
Hmm.
you know, because that's why also I don't comment.
Yeah, I never
I
comment
don't
on
make
stuff.
comment on posts or nothing because, bro, some people say some crazy stuff, bro,
Yeah.
and you can see, um, like that's hurting somebody, you know, and it's tough, bro, because
Not just that, but like it's crazy because right now I was thinking like okay, if those comments can get someone fired, like imagine like when we get to heaven. And like that, like it's crazy because
I
social
see, I see.
media is like feeding that part of your heart to where it's like evil and not good, you know? So it's
Yeah,
feeding, it's like watering the seed of like evil rather than of good, if that
then
makes
good.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, because then that makes it easier for you to like speak that stuff out.
Not just speak, but think. Like
Yeah,
for
that too.
example, if I'm out in public and I see something, I'm like, bro, like that's freaking funny. That reminds me of this reel, and like it reminds me of the comments, and then I just laugh. that is feeding that part of my brain, you know?
Bro, that happened to me a little while ago where
Dude.
I was driving and then somebody was walking by and I'm not gonna say what I said, but I said something and then somebody behind me was just like, yo, like basically that's like messed up, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, in the moment you're just kind of like, well,
I already said it.
I didn't say it about me, you know? But then it's like, nah, like you gotta stop making fun of people, you know, and because you never know what people are going through, like what people had to go through to get to where they're at. You know, like you don't know anybody's situation, and just depending on what you say, you could either make it worse or just completely turn it around for them. You know, like I guess just like the regular someone's going through a bad day, and then you just saying like greeting them can actually like lighten up their day, you know, because you don't know what just happened at home or what happened yesterday at work. Like, you know, you never know. That's why it's always good to be nice to people and be kind, another fruit, right? And that's again like through your actions. That's how you show who Jesus really is, you know, because I can believe it all I want, you know, I could be on this podcast, but then I'll go out and then I like flick somebody off on the highway, you know, like that.
Alex from Eternal Fruit Podcast caught flicking someone off.
Nah, I don't do all that, bro.
I know.
You know.
But it just says in the Bible how like I don't know how to say it in English, so I'm just gonna. I mean, yeah, in English.
I'll translate.
Okay,
nah, just kidding.
It pretty much says how like los burlones son los necios. So like the people that make fun of people are necios.
Yeah, like stubborn, basically. Like,
no, like they don't listen. Like people who make fun of people don't listen, and like it just shows how like I said, like when you're making fun of people, you're feeding that part, and you're not listening to the Spirit of God telling you like, hey, don't make fun of that person.
Yeah, like you're not allowing the Spirit of God to speak through you.
Exactly.
Or reveal.
No, you're just ignoring like that conviction, pretty much. I think.
Yeah.
It's like the easiest way to put it.
Yeah, that makes sense, bro. Because I know when I used to work at Sherwin, there were times where I got convicted when I wanted to say things to a customer, but I was like, nah, I shouldn't say that.
Okay, if you have never worked
customer service
job, please work one, because some people.
No, don't. Bro.
No, yes, I think that everybody should work one so that they know how to treat workers, because some
you know what?
don't know
Yeah,
how to
I agree,
them.
bro. Because even like some customers, bro, you talk to people like you own them, bro.
Yes.
That's my biggest pet peeve, bro. When other people try to talk to you like they know better than you, or they are better than you,
or like they owe you something from buying from you. I'm like, no, like we don't need you.
Yeah, or they get mad at another one is like when they get mad at the pricing. I'm like, bro, I don't. Yeah. I'm a part-time worker here, bro. I'm not gonna do anything about your pricing. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know. Yeah. Like if it was up to me, I would, but you know, so don't.
My hands are tied.
Yeah, bro. I had a situation. I was maybe like 6 months into the job, I think, at Sherwin.
And 6 months into being Christian. No, I'm kidding.
No, I don't think I was Christian yet.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, no. I started working at Sherwin before I gave my life to Christ.
Okay.
And somebody came in because they ordered. Yeah, I remember everything. I remember the whole thing. I remember what the people looked like too, and their names. I'm just kidding. They wanted a quart of stain, right? And they came, and I was like, "Oh, we don't have it yet." It was a Sunday. No, it was a Thursday. And then they came back again on Sunday, and they were like, "Oh, we're here because we were told that they were gonna have it," and then we didn't have it yet. So they were like, "Well, can I just get in a gallon? Because I've been waiting like days to get it." Me being new, and then on Sundays it's just two people, like no managers. And me being new, like I called the manager, and he was like, no, you know. So I went. I was like, sorry, we can't do it. And then she started getting mad. And then she went out. They were gonna leave. They were backing up, but then they parked again. And I was like, oh dang! I told my coworker, I was like, here we go. And
You should have
then
locked the door.
I wish. And then dude gets off. Her husband gets off. And bro, they just start going. Like they weren't saying nothing super crazy, but me, everybody knows me because I don't speak loud enough, right? So I was just like, I wasn't saying nothing off the wall, but I wanted to. Like, bro, I don't know. I don't know. I remember exactly what I was gonna say. Let's just say he was a little, on the hefty side, and I was about to like let loose, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't. I whatever. I took it to the chin, and they left. It was whatever. But I know if I would have said some stuff, it probably would have got hectic in there.
No, yeah, you definitely would have been fired or something.
Yeah, no, and I wasn't even Christian yet, bro. Like I could have. It would have been. It probably would have meant nothing to me to just
Go off.
say what I wanted to say. Because that's how I used to be. I love getting under people's skin, bro. Not anymore. And I rather just keep the peace, But back then, it was like a game to me to get under people's skin.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just fun. But not anymore. Nah, I'd rather keep the peace.
Peace. No más guerra.
Hey, have you seen the video?
If you know, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, words.
Yeah.
Words
Bro, I could have made their day even worse.
Yeah.
And
them too, why didn't they like look online to see what store had it?
Yeah, no, now that I remember or think about the situation more, it was my idea to try and give him the gallon. I was like, if you want, we could turn it to a gallon, because I was the one that told him Thursday, if you wear a shirt where the truck, and it was like, I can't remember if it was during COVID or before, them trucks weren't coming in as often, so I was like, I was told it was gonna come in by Sunday, and then it didn't come in, so that wasn't really my fault. But I did tell them it would be here Sunday, and they came and it wasn't there, so I was trying to make up for it. But then the shot caller said no, so that was out of my control, and then I still got chewed out for it. But it's cool. God bless him.
Yeah, but screw yeah. I'm kidding.
I swear I'll see you again.
That's what I mean with jokes, where it's like, I just got convicted, where it's like, why are you saying screw him?
Nah, it happens, bro. Like,
nah, yeah, we're not perfect, but still, man, like.
Oh man, I could tell you guys so many stories from Sherwin-Williams.
Yeah.
But we'll be here for a couple hours. I can
definitely tell you a bunch of stories from where I work too, bro.
Oh yeah.
People are not.
Yeah, you're gonna have to subscribe on Patreon. Nah, just kidding.
You're gonna have to pay some money to tell y'all the full story with names and receipts.
Nah, we're just kidding.
Nah, yeah.
It's all love at the end of the day, from this side. So
yeah.
Now I'd rather speak light into people's life, because it feels better to see people leave like encouraged and happy than to leave feeling fulfilled of you winning a argument, or I don't know, just making people feel bad. Like, it feels better leaving something and being like, man, I'm glad they feel better, or I'm glad I was able to help, than leaving like, yeah, that's right, like now they know like who I am, or like, it just doesn't make any sense now.
Yeah, no, and I feel like back then I would definitely feed into it. Like, if someone was arguing or something, I would instigate as well. I still do a little bit sometimes, a lot of times. I do. I don't instigate all the time, but like sometimes it's fun to like get other people to react. And like, I've realized recently, like, it's better to like, when other people are arguing, or like when you're trying to separate it, like whenever you say like, hey, God bless you, like you automatically see like their face change, and they're like, react to what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like one time when we were playing soccer.
Bro, I just thought of that situation, bro.
When we were playing soccer, this guy started freaking wanting to fight with this guy. And he was like, "Oh, my bad, bro." And the guy was just like, "What are you doing?" Like, to Alex. And then Alex got defensive because, I mean, yeah, if someone's pressing you
Hey,
like
I
that.
gave him a chance, bro.
Yeah.
I gave him like 2 chances.
Yeah, you did. He was pressing you. And obviously, like.
Bro, he got like a right
Yeah,
here.
and you're like, "Hey, man, like, I'm sorry."
Hit my nose, bro.
Yeah. And then Alex was like, "No, man, I'm sorry." And then, like, he kept going. He was, like, about to, like, headbutt you. And then that's when you started to get mad. And then I was like, "Oh, shoot." So I ran over and I split them up. I was like pushing Alex. I was like, "Hey, man, God bless you. God bless." And as soon as like I was telling him, "God bless you," like you just see the guy's like face, like realize like, "Oh, shoot. Like I messed up." And then when I was like saying like, "God bless you," some other girl I used to go to high school with like pulled up and was like controlling him because we were on different teams. And she was like controlling him. And she's like, "Man, just let it go. Like just let it go." Because like, she realized, like, we're not about to fight. It's Saturday league, bro. Like, chill out.
And there was nothing. I didn't hurt him or nothing. We just jumped at the same time. He caught for the ball. I didn't think he was going to get it, so I jumped. I didn't put my elbow up or nothing.
No, you didn't even jump towards the ball. Like, you jumped up to, like, block him from seeing.
No, not even that. I literally, the ball was, like, kind of curving out.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, he's not going to get it. So I jumped straight up.
Yeah.
If anything, his elbow hit my neck.
Yeah.
So I should have been the one.
No, and he was like with his knee out too.
Yeah, but it was fun. At first I was laughing and he was like, "What the F is wrong with you, bro?"
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Yo, dude, I didn't think you were going to get it." And he's like, "Are you effing stupid? Like, you could hurt me." And I was just like, when I felt his breath, I was like, "All right, dude." And then I don't know what I said. Maybe I do.
You didn't say anything crazy. It was just.
I didn't.
It was just him, really, and then.
But yeah, no. After that, that's when I was just like, "All right, dude." And
no, and after that, like I said, like as soon as I was like, "God bless you," like his face changed, and after the game, he came over and he apologized. Oh yeah.
In the water break,
during
second half. Speaking of instigating, no, I was just like sarcastically, I was like, "Hey, bro, you forgive me or what?" And then he like started laughing. And then I was just like, oh no, he was like, yeah, something about I caught the ball, and I was like, bro, like I wasn't trying to hit you, and he was just like, yeah, I don't know how true that is, but it's like I'm 56 years old, and I was just like, bro, then why are you getting so angry about it? Like, I'm like half your age, like I mean, I don't really care, like whatever, but it was just funny, like how heated you got. In a Saturday co-ed league, it's just funny. Like, I don't know. The old me would have definitely instigated a lot more.
Yeah. I feel like you would have not maybe swung, but you would have definitely pushed him. Like, put your hands on him. Yeah,
for sure.
And then that's what I remembered. So I was like, oh, shoot. Like, I don't know how he's going to react. Let me just separate it before it gets to something else.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like now, I just keep the peace. Should I have been sarcastic? Probably not. But I didn't say anything crazy. I was just like, "Yo," and even though he didn't believe me, whatever, it's cool. And then we actually played them the season after that in the final, and then we went to penalties, but I think he got injured during the game, and so somebody else was a goalie, and I was like, "Yo, what?" I'm like, you're not gonna be the keeper or what?" And he was like, "Nah." He's like, "I know you want to score me though," and like so he probably remembers that situation.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was just like, "Dude, I don't remember what I said after that, but he did. Was like, I know you want to score me though," and then we just started laughing.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I mean, it's whatever. Like, just don't hold grudges, And,
yeah.
And that's what. There was another verse that I read about like how your words lead to fighting, and then they get you beat up. I could have chosen to like do violence with violence, and then I mean, who knows? Maybe I would have got beat up, but then there would have been no need for that. Like, I didn't choose violence. Like she said at first, I was basically apologizing because I don't feel I did anything wrong, right? and it just like she came like de-escalated, and I saw myself out, and that was it. You know, it could have got worse if I did put my pride and decided to say stuff, but I didn't. I was like it's not worth it.
And we also have to remember that it's better to stay quiet, because God is our defender, and he knows like your heart, and he knows the other person's heart, and so he defends like how he needs to for each person. You know what I mean?
That's how
like
they
he
say.
brings justice.
Yeah, I agree. But how they say like God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. You know, like listen more than you speak. And that's very true. Because anybody else would have heard all that and just started mouthing off, bro. You know, but me, I was just like, whatever, dude.
Yeah, no, so definitely better to just stay quiet.
Yeah.
And like I said, like imagine you would have kept going. Like, how is God gonna defend you when you're trying to defend yourself? Like we're always gonna be hopeless. Yep. Not hopeless, but we're always gonna try to do it our own way when God knows how to do it better. So
yeah,
there's
1000%, bro.
Yeah, there's literally no point in fighting. Like I said, no más guerra. Somebody, never mind. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like I said, it's better to stay quiet, right?
But remember to choose your words wisely, bro. And try to put yourself in other people's shoes before you speak out.
Definitely.
You know, because like I said, you never know what somebody's going through, or you never know who you're talking to. You know, you could be speaking to someone who could change your life in a positive way.
Yeah.
You know, or in the other case, getting beat up, change your life in a negative way. Yeah. You know, or you might beat them up, hurt them, and then now you're getting sued or something, put in jail. You know that. Just be wise.
Discern the lies.
Hey, if you know, you know.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Peace.